Hey guys, it's Beth or Liz at WafflesMania04, and today's video is going to be the first video I do in my back to school series slash video compilation type deal, and this is going to be my freshman tips and advice video. I've been waiting a long time to do this. For those of you that don't know, I was a freshman last year. I was so terrified. You do not understand how many of these videos I watched just so I could understand I wouldn't be as afraid. And honestly, it's not that scary, but I know there are a lot of people out there like me that are going to be really afraid and not sure what to do. So I felt like this video would be really helpful because I could share some of my experiences and some tips and advice on how to make your freshman year as not terrifying and comfortable as possible, because you're going in a whole different building, you're going around a bunch of new people, and it's going to be scary. And I feel like with these tips and advice, it's going to help you educationally, mentally, academically. It's going to help you academically and also kind of emotionally adjust to your new surroundings. And for those of you that don't know, I am a sophomore now. I start school August 27th, which is at the end of this month. So yeah, that's why these videos are late, because I don't go back to school until later, and I really didn't want to think about going back to school until I really had to. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the video. Okay, so I have a notebook, let me grab it, of all my tips and tricks right here, like advice. And the first one is be yourself. That kind of sounds really dumb and obvious, like be yourself, but in high school there's a lot of pressure to fit into certain cliques. And a lot of people say that there's no cliques, we don't have stereotypes, but there are. There's always going to be cliques and people who try to fit you into certain categories, and don't allow yourself to be that, and don't try to change yourself to fit into a certain clique or group. Just be yourself, and wherever you land, you'll find people that you just kind of sync together with, and honestly, that's how it should be. I don't know, for a long time when I was in school, I really tried hard to be someone I wasn't, to try to fit in with the popular crowd, and that honestly got me nowhere. I was miserable, and people are always going to judge you no matter what you do. You could be popular, you could be the most popular person in your entire school, and people are still going to judge you, and there's always going to be people that do not like you, and that is okay, because as long as you're happy with yourself, it really shouldn't matter. The next one is don't give in to peer pressure. Again, another kind of obvious one, but I think back in 5th grade we all took that DARE course, Drug Abuse Resistance Education, I think that's what it stands for. When you vow you never drink alcohol, you never would do drugs, you never would smoke, you never do all these dirty, nasty things. And now you're in high school and there's a ton of pressure to do all these things. And honestly, just walk into high school having your morals set, knowing who you want to be, and knowing what you do want to do and what you don't want to do. I honestly suggest not doing anything illegal, because it's illegal, and it's illegal for a reason, and it's most likely for your safety, because your brains are not fully developed, and if you are doing drugs and drinking, you are damaging your brain, which is damaging your education, which is damaging your entire future. As adulty and lectury as that sounds, it's the truth. But don't do anything you're not comfortable with. This goes for other things, just do you, be yourself, and don't do anything you don't want to do. Tip number 3 is find an extracurricular activity that you would enjoy doing and pursue it, because at least in my school it's a proven fact. If you do extra stuff, if you do an extracurricular activity like a club or sport, you have a higher GPA average, which is really cool. And also, it's really good to get involved with your school. You're only going to be in high school one time in your life, and you want to find something that you like. You can do as many things as you want, and you don't have to like everything. Just find something you do like. It could be art club, it could be drama, it could be cheerleading. I do cheerleading and I like art classes. But don't just not do something because your friends aren't doing it. That's another thing. I was really scared to do things last year because none of my friends did them, and I didn't want to do it all alone, and I ended up going out for drama despite I didn't have any friends doing it, and I met a lot of people there that liked drama. Could you imagine that? I go to a club because I like it, and there's other people there that like it, and so we already have a mutual interest, and so we're already friends. We already have stuff in common. It's really awesome and amazing, and it made me really happy. And I feel it's also a really easy way to make friends, especially if you're a freshman. It's easy to get close to upperclassmen through sports activities and extracurricular stuff. Tip number 4 is avoid drama. Okay, honestly, nobody likes those people that do anything for attention, and drama is one of those things. It's unavoidable in high school. You have all these hormones, and you have all these people that just kind of are catty and like to spread rumors. And if you can avoid that, please do, because drama does not make anybody a better person. If you're spreading stuff about people that you know isn't true, or even if you don't know if it's true, if you're spreading rumors or secrets or lies, or if you're just saying stuff about people you know would hurt them, that doesn't make you look good. That makes you look like a really rude person, and nobody wants to talk to someone who knows that you're just going to hurt them. And I speak as someone who has been surrounded by people who spread drama, and I cut that out of my life because you don't need that. So just avoid drama because it's bad. Everyone says it's bad, and it's the truth. Next up is don't buy into stereotypes. This is kind of difficult, but when I went into my freshman year, I thought that every upperclassman, every sophomore, every junior, and every senior was going to stuff me into a trash can or a locker or toilet and steal my lunch money. And that's not the case, because if they really are going to do that, if you really believe they're going to do that, then that means you're an annoying little freshman that deserves it. If you buy into their stereotypes, they're going to buy into yours. Just think about it. Everybody's human, everybody's a person, and everybody is different, and you have to give everybody a chance before you judge them. Okay, the next one is learn to accept change. I've been on this planet for almost 16 years, and one thing that I've learned is the only thing that's constant is change. The only thing you can ever count on is things changing, people changing. No, your environment changing, and everything around you is constantly going to change. You're not going to walk into high school with the same people that you walk out with. You're not going to walk in the same person that you walk out as. It's just something that you have to accept. You have to accept that maybe you aren't going to want to be a doctor after you take a lot of classes. Like, after you take a class and you're like, this really isn't for me, even though it's what you think you've wanted to be since you were 8. You have to accept it, and you have to move on. And high school is all about finding yourself and finding out what you want to do with your life, and you should take advantage of that, and you can't do that unless you accept the fact that you're going to change and the people around you are going to do that too. Next tip is take classes that help you prepare for your future. Like, for example, if you know that you really want to go into something involving art, take art classes, because, like, don't just take classes because your friends are taking them, basically. Take classes that interest you, and take classes that you know are going to benefit you. Again, if you go in there without any of your friends, most likely people that also signed up for that class like the stuff that they're doing, and so you're already going to have a common interest, and you're going to be able to become friends. It's a win-win situation, because you're meeting people you have stuff in common with, and you're getting further educated into a subject that has your interest. Next up is remember that grades and schoolwork matter. I cannot stress this enough. A lot of times people are like, your freshman year doesn't really matter, but really it does. Your GPA in high school is accumulative. It'll roll over from freshman year to sophomore year to junior year and then to your senior year. All of it goes together. You don't get a fresh start. If you want a 4.0, you have to keep a 4.0. Your freshman year is going to be your easiest year in high school. And if you slack off now, you're going to regret it later, because the rest of the years are difficult, and you're just going to have to make up for all the stuff that you slacked off for in your easy year. My 9th tip is stay organized / prepared. You're in school. You are a high schooler. You are surrounded by 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds, and maybe even 19-year-olds and adults and faculty. If you want to be treated like an adult, and you want to be treated with the respect and authority that a lot of high schoolers demand from people nowadays, you have to come prepared to class, and you have to stay organized, and you have to turn in your work. Don't come to class. Do not go to school without a pencil. Why are you, it's school. You're going to take notes. You're supposed to be writing stuff down. Why would you come without a writing utensil? Why would you come without paper? Really? Really? You're a high schooler now, and if you want to be treated with respect and authority, a lot of people in my grade and in the grades surrounding me, just a lot of people nowadays in general demand, you have to earn it. You have to show that you're responsible, and it's just part of life. You can't show up to work in the future. Let's say that you are a doctor, you're a surgeon or whatever. You can't just show up without a pair of gloves. You're about to do surgery. What are you doing? What? No, you wouldn't do that. You would come prepared, and that's kind of how high school is, just not on such a dramatic level. You feel? Okay. My 10th and final tip is remember that it's all temporary. High school is only 4 years of your life, and it may seem like forever now, but I'm honestly almost halfway done with my high school career, and it's flown by. It literally, whew, like, nope, it seems unreal. It's just a small bit of your life, but make it as memorable as possible, but don't let it consume you. High school isn't forever, none of it's forever. Just have a good time and make it memorable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!